Imagine a world without color. Imagine a world without sound. There is only light, blinding and eternal. And there are shadows. This is not the world we know. This is the world of the Umbra. Here, beneath a sky that never sleeps, shadows dance and writhe. They stretch and shrink, flicker and fade. Each shadow is a being, alive and aware, trapped in a constant ballet of light and darkness. They yearn for substance, for form, for something solid to grasp. But in this world, there is only the ever-shifting dance of shadows. In the world of the Umbra, emotions are not hidden. They are as visible as the shadows cast by the sun, each one telling a story, each one revealing a truth. They are worn like garments, displayed for all to see. In this realm, the language of shadows is the most honest form of communication. Every flicker, every movement speaks volumes. Fear makes a shadow small, huddled, barely there. It shrinks away from the light, trying to hide, trying to disappear. The smaller the shadow, the greater the fear. Anger twists it into jagged edges, sharp as knives. It lashes out, cutting through the air with its intensity. The more jagged the shadow, the deeper the anger. Joy sends it soaring high, a fluid silhouette against the endless day. It dances and sways, free and unburdened. The higher the shadow, the greater the joy. Love, the rarest emotion of all, makes a shadow glow. It is a beacon in the darkness, a light that draws others in. The brighter the glow, the stronger the love. It is a soft light, a gentle warmth in the cold expanse of light. It offers comfort, a sense of belonging. But this light, this warmth is fragile, but love is also dangerous. It exposes the heart, makes one vulnerable. The more intense the love, the greater the risk. Love makes a shadow vulnerable. It lays bare the soul, revealing every hidden corner. The more vulnerable the shadow, the deeper the love. And vulnerability, in the world of the Umbra, is a weakness that few can afford. It is a risk, a gamble, in a place where shadows can be both friend and foe. The weaker the shadow, the greater the danger. In the Umbra, shadows interact, merge and separate, creating a dance of emotions. Each interaction tells a story, each separation leaves a mark. The more complex the dance, the richer the story. Peace is a rare and precious thing in the Umbra. It is reflected in shadows that are calm and serene, undisturbed by the chaos around them. The more peaceful the shadow, the more precious the moment. But peace is fleeting. Shadows in a storm are buffeted by wind and rain, struggling to hold their shape. The more turbulent the storm, the more fragile the peace. Strength in the Umbra is shown by shadows that stand tall, unyielding. They face the light head-on, refusing to be diminished. The stronger the shadow, the greater the resilience. Yet even the strongest shadows can fade into the darkness, disappearing without a trace. The more they fade, the more they are forgotten. In the end, the language of shadows is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It is a reminder that, even in the darkest of times, there is light to be found. The more shadows stand together, the stronger they become. And in the embrace of shadows, love finds its truest form. It is a language that transcends words, a connection that defies the darkness. The more they embrace, the brighter the light. This is the language of shadows, a dance of light and dark. A story told in silhouettes. It is a world where emotions are laid bare, where every shadow has a voice. The more we understand this language, the more we understand ourselves. The city of Umbra stands as a testament to both the ingenuity and the desperation of the shadows. This city, unlike any other, is a marvel of engineering and creativity, born out of necessity and the relentless pursuit of survival. The shadows, beings of darkness, have found a way to harness the very essence of light to build their sanctuary. It is built not from stone or wood, but from light itself. The structures that rise from the ground are not solid, but rather they are intricate patterns of light woven together to form buildings, streets, and homes. This city is a living, breathing entity, constantly shifting and changing with the movement of light. Using mirrors and lenses, the shadows have learned to bend and shape the light, creating towering structures and winding streets. These tools are their lifeline, allowing them to manipulate light in ways that seem almost magical. The mirrors capture the light, and the lenses focus and direct it, creating a cityscape that is both beautiful and functional. The city gleams, a beacon in the endless day. It stands out against the backdrop of perpetual daylight, a shining example of what can be achieved when necessity drives innovation. The light that forms the city is not just a source of illumination, but also a symbol of hope and resilience for the shadows who call Umbra home. But the city is fragile. The structures, while beautiful, are delicate and can be easily disrupted. The balance of light and shadow is a precarious one, and any disturbance can have catastrophic consequences. The shadows must constantly maintain and adjust the light to ensure the stability of their city. A tremor of fear, a ripple of anger, can shatter the delicate balance of light and shadow. Emotions run high in Umbra, and the shadows must be ever vigilant to keep their feelings in check. The light that forms their city is sensitive to the emotional state of its inhabitants, and any strong emotion can cause the light to waver and the structures to weaken. And when the city crumbles, the shadows within are left exposed, vulnerable to the attacks of their enemies. The collapse of a building or the failure of a street can leave the shadows without protection, making them easy targets for those who wish to do them harm. The city of Umbra is a place of beauty and wonder, but it is also a place of constant vigilance and careful balance. The shadows have created a sanctuary from light, but they must always be aware of the fragility of their creation and the ever-present danger that surrounds them. For in the world of the Umbra, there is not enough light to go around. The shadows are locked in a constant struggle for survival, each one vying for its place in the sun. They fight with blades of sharpened light, with shields of woven shadow. They fight for territory, for resources, for the right to exist. And in this endless war, there is no room for mercy, there is no room for compassion. There is only the cold, hard logic of survival. His name was Shade, and he was a shadow unlike any other. Shade was not just a mere absence of light, he was a presence, a being with thoughts and dreams. He moved through the darkness with a grace that belied his form, a silent guardian of the night. He wasn't driven by hunger or fear. Instead, Shade was driven by a deep, unquenchable curiosity. He wandered through the night, observing the world of light from the periphery, always wondering what it would be like to step into the brightness. He dreamed of a world beyond the endless day, a place where shadows were not just the absence of light, but entities in their own right. Shade longed for a realm where he could exist without the constant chase of the sun, a place where he could find solace and understanding, a world where shadows could find peace. He imagined a land where darkness and light coexisted in harmony, where the two were not in constant battle, but in a delicate dance, each complementing the other.
Her name was Lumina, and she was a creature of light and grace. Lumina was not just a beacon in the darkness. She was the embodiment of warmth and hope. Her presence brought comfort to those around her, a gentle reminder that light could pierce even the deepest shadows, and she was a creature of light and grace. Lumina moved with an elegance that seemed almost otherworldly, her every step a dance of radiance. She was the light that guided lost souls, the glow that brought life to the darkest corners. Her laughter was like the tinkling of bells, a sound so pure and joyful that it could lift the heaviest of hearts. Lumina's laughter was a melody that resonated with the very essence of life, a reminder of the beauty that existed in the world. Her touch a whisper of warmth in the cold expanse. Her touch was not just a physical sensation, but an emotional balm, a gentle caress that could soothe the most troubled souls. Lumina's touch was a promise of hope, a beacon of light in the darkest of times.
They met in the heart of the city, a place where light and shadow intertwined in a complex dance. The city was a living entity, a tapestry of light and dark, and it was here that Shade and Lumina's paths crossed. Two souls drawn together by a force they couldn't understand. It was as if the universe itself had conspired to bring them together, two halves of a whole seeking completion. Their meeting was not just a chance encounter, but a destined convergence. In a world of darkness and despair, their connection was a beacon of hope. The city, with its towering buildings and bustling streets, was a place of contrasts, and it was here that Shade and Lumina found each other. Theirs was a love born of light. Their love was not just a fleeting spark, but a steady flame, a light that could pierce the deepest darkness. Together they were a testament to the power of love and the possibility of harmony between light and shadow. Their love was forbidden. The other shadows would never understand. They would see it as weakness, as a betrayal of their kind. Shade and Lumina met in secret, their love hidden in the shadows of the city.
They shared whispered dreams of escape, of a world where they could be together without fear.
But their secret was a heavy burden to bear. Every stolen glance, every whispered word was a risk, and as their love grew, so too did the danger.
One day I shared a secret of my own.
Lumina had heard whispers of a legend, a story passed down through generations of shadows.
It spoke of a hidden place, a world beneath the endless light where shadows could find peace.
It was a place of darkness, a place where shadows could finally rest.
It was a long shot, a desperate hope.
But for Shade and Lumina, it was a chance they had to take. Their escape was fraught with danger.
We had to slip past the watchful eyes of the other shadows to navigate the treacherous streets of the city.
But love gave them strength, love made them bold.
And in the end, we managed to escape the city and venture out into the blinding expanse beyond.
The other shadows pursued them, their forms twisted with rage.
But we were faster, our love propelling us forward.
They journeyed for what felt like an eternity, the endless light beating down on them.
Just when we thought we could go no further, we found it.
A crack in the ground, a sliver of darkness in the endless day.
It was the entrance to the hidden world, the world beneath the light.
With a shared look, Shade and Lumina plunged into the darkness. The world below was dark, silent, still.
For the first time, we felt a sense of peace.
They had found their sanctuary, a place where they could finally be together.
We embraced, our shadows merging into one.
And in that moment, they were no longer shadows. They were simply two souls united by love. The world above faded away, the endless light, the constant struggle, the hunger of the shadows, all of it was gone.
There was only darkness and peace and love.